Sales Mojo Show. Our goal is to help you become a closing mofo. Did I just say something naughty?
You're on. Hey, sales team. Welcome to the Sales Mojo Show. Welcome, where we help you become a closing mofo. Going to give you my man Russ back with me again today.
Absolutely, no question.
I got to tell you, if things get better with time, Russ and I are approaching magnificent.
Brought to you by Culligan.
Hey, I understand that the Culligan employee website had a couple of issues. That's because I'm not an IT guy. I did hire one this week. So if you're interested in either Culligan's service at home or one of their sales manager positions, they have several openings, and you can make, from 30 to 120, 30K, 40 to 140K. Give them the number to call, please.
Okay, call 561-966-9333. Easy number. Again, 561-966-9333.
And they are, without question, the finest water and the finest sponsor a man could ask for. In fact, if you're on the internet, you can see behind there watching me over my shoulder to make sure I do my job this week. And we want to welcome back Gold's Gym. We have a couple of special announcements for Gold's Gym. They're doing a tremendous charity event, and we'll talk about that in a couple of minutes. I'll tell you, I was over there on Saturday, and out behind the gym, they got this track, these guys flipping tractor tires and all this other stuff, and I mean, just what a workout. And then on the inside, in the air conditioning, they had workouts for people like me. Where's Freddie? Freddie, you rolling the Gold's Gym? We got to get Freddie off the schneid here.
You want to talk about that special they're doing?
Yeah, let's do it.
They done with a Zumba class or something?
Yeah, they're doing a Zumba class.
All right.
And it's a fundraiser with all proceeds going to the United Way. And it's being done at the Gold's Gym in Port St. Lucie. So it's the September 19th weekend. So it's a Zumba class fundraiser with all proceeds going to the United Way. It's a great cause. It's going to be a lot of fun. You can call the Gold's Gym in Port St. Lucie at 772-878-7662. That's 772-878-7662. And ask for Renaud. Is in charge of this. It's Zumba. It's going to be fun. It's for a good cause. It's for a weekend. It's September 19th. It's after the holiday. You got nothing to do anyway. Go do a good thing. Get yourself in shape. We are going to welcome tonight a new sponsor. Not new to me. It is Presidential Auto in Boca Raton. And we're going to be flashing on the internet all of the promotional stuff for these guys. But I'll tell you what, I bought many cars from them. There they are. They service everything from Pontiacs to Porsches. They are just a phenomenal place. They're skilled professionals. It's the most enjoyable place that I've ever bought a car. I bought several cars there, and I've never had a hard time. Their financing is easy. They have new, pre-owned. They'll find you whatever you want to lease. They treat you like family. It's right in Boca Raton. It's on Federal Highway, and their phone number is 561-266-0009, 561-266-0009. Tell them you're a closing mofo, and you'll maybe get a couple extra bucks off. Tell them all salespeople are not easy sales. All right?
No laydowns?
No laydowns. Oh, speaking of laydowns, let's talk about B-backs.
Okay.
We were supposed to be back tonight and talk about B-backs, but we're going to be back with that in a week or two because we have had a lot of requests to talk about a lot of things. And one of the things we're going to talk about is how difficult it is to be on the road as a salesman. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you that I got a story about that, about a salesman that got a speeding ticket in a small town. Mm-hmm. And he had to go to court. And he wound up in a court in a general store. And, you know, a judge in a general store in a small town, he sat there waiting his turn. And standing up in front of the judge was a woman. She's crying. And in the seats next to him was a guy and his two kids. They're crying. And the judge said, "Why'd you steal that can of peaches?" She said, "Because I was hungry." He said, "How many peaches were in the can?" She said, 6. He said, "Then you get 6 nights in jail." And she started crying, and the husband started crying, the kids started crying. The guy stood up and said, Your Honor, may I say something on behalf of my wife? And he said, yeah, what's that? She also stole a can of corn. So I'll tell you what.
That's called love.
That is definitely love. And I'll tell you, at a time like that, you need an attorney. And my attorney, my family attorney, he's a Florida and New York attorney, is Aaron Cohn in Delray Beach, a true professional. He handles anything that happens to you as far as driving. Sometimes maybe you had a glass of wine, they thought it was two. And there's a lot of problems out there on the road. There's traffic cameras, there's ticket cameras, there's all these things. Aaron Cohn is the expert and the specialist. I don't want to go too deep into how much he's helped me and my family, because then you wouldn't get in the car with me when we went to lunch. But great attorney, personally guaranteed by me. He's a great attorney. His phone number is 561-665-8020. 561-665-8020. Hey, I hope you never need him. But if you wind up in front of a judge and you need to have somebody standing by your side, Aaron Cohn is the man.
And he's in Delray Beach.
He is in Delray Beach.
Right,
he is the man.
Right.
So say something so I can blow my nose.
Okay. Again, let's give that number to that great attorney, because we never know when we need legal help. And so legal help is at your fingertips by calling 561-665-8020.
Hey, business owners, are you frustrated because you can't find great salespeople? You know, the kind that close the deal and bring in the cheddar? Advertise your open sales positions on the salesmojoshow.com. You get live mentions and web career finder presence Wednesdays from 7 to 8 p.m. on WNN 1470 AM. The Sales Mojo Show will have therapy sessions for salespeople, helping them find, sell, and close prospects, as well as offering a simple way to find a great sales career job. Your job. Hit up the employee line at thesalesmojoshow.com and tune in Wednesdays 7 to 8 p.m. on WNN 1470 AM and close the deal.
Hey, back to the Mojo Show.
We should give the phone number here.
Hey, okay. So listen, folks.
We got a call coming in. Hang on one second.
The people who want to call in, it's open line. So okay, call us 888-565-1470.
Yeah, we got something.
Any questions, any comments, any disconnects, if you will, 888-565-1470.
All right, we got a call coming in. Who we got?
Bud Hart.
Hey, Bud, how are you? Where you calling from?
I'm calling you from Daytona Beach. A good friend of mine, and I think a friend of yours from Tampa, suggested to give me you a call. He said you got to be the greatest salesman that ever come down the pike.
I must owe him money.
He said you've got more creative marketing ideas than Carter's got liver pills.
Well, thank you. If you knew about Carter and liver pills, then you're up here with us old guys, right?
Well, I'm not over the hill, but I'm heading up that way.
Attaboy. Well, just keep on stepping. Well, thank you very much. We hope you enjoy the show, and I'll tell you what, if you do enjoy it, please Facebook and Twitter and email and anything you do, tell people, stand on a corner with a sign and spin it. Whatever you do to let people, we want to grow our audience. It's growing every week. And we certainly appreciate it.
I'll certainly do everything. How far do you go from...
Actually, on the internet, you can watch us in Tokyo if you want. You just got to get up early. And we are replayed on closingmofo.com and also on YouTube.
Yeah, I've got a real good friend of mine who lives up in Savannah, Georgia. He and I used to jokingly say that we couldn't find two better salesmen than we are.
Well, there you go. Well, we have a lot of companies hiring, so take a look at the Sales Mojo website and take a look at closingmofo.com, and it might be a career for you.
I'll do everything I can to help you out.
Well, thank you. Thanks for calling in, and we look forward to giving you a good hour every week.
Well, I appreciate it. Say hello to Eric for me.
Okay. Thank you, bud.
Okay. Hey, thank you very much for calling. Hey, the lines are open at 888-565-1470. That's
and Bob from Tampa on the line as well.
Hang on one second, Tampa. Hey, Bud, go on the website, closingmofo.com, click contact, and send me your contact information so I can send you a T-shirt, compliments of Culligan Water, a Closing Mofo T-shirt. All right, Tampa. Who's there? I'm in Tampa.
Iowa, this is Bob in Tampa. How you doing?
Hey, Bob. How are you?
Good. I just want to tell you, I got the shirt yesterday. It fits me perfect. I'm going to wear it tomorrow at the Elks Club meeting.
There we go. There's a group. There's a group of guys that could use a nice talk show, huh?
Yes, and I'll tell you, dinosaur droppings and Occupy This Book. Every guy in sales ought to read these 2 books. It's increased my sales 90%.
Wow.
Well, that's either very high praise or you really sucked before you bought my book. But either way, I certainly appreciate the compliment. And I know that you were good because I know who you are. I found out all about you, and you're a classic salesman, and that's great.
Well, thanks for helping me increase my sales.
Well, thank you, and thanks for wearing my shirt out. Tell people to tune in.
Bye now.
All right, take care. Isn't that nice? See, so the T-shirts do actually get there. We didn't just buy 2 of them.
So, I said, well, but he said dinosaur droppings is a key to success. So people should get that book. So go through.
Well, you can get dinosaur droppings on our website, closingmofo.com, on the salesmojoshow.com. You can get it on iBooks. You can get it on Barnes & Noble. You can get it on Amazon. You can just Google my name, ignore all the stuff that my attorney takes care of, and go right to what I write about. And you should be able to pick up our book anywhere.
All right. So, listen, we're taking some more calls at 888-565-1470. That's 888-565, if you will, 1470.
Yeah, now we did change our format because we were told people that were going to call in couldn't call in because we were in the middle of things. At this point, you go ahead and interrupt us. It's not an interruption. We want to talk to you people out there. That's what we want. We want our sales team to call in, tell us what they need, what they want to hear, and what they want to do. But while we're waiting for the next call, let's get started. I always say the same thing, practice makes permanent. All right? Today, I had a great deal. I made a big sale. It was a big money sale. I used everything that I ever knew because I didn't know what to do. I had a little bit of sprinkling of misdirection. I used a touch of fear, a little bit of concern, a little bit of humor, and I ended with an either-or close, and he chose one and inked the paper, and I walked out of there. It's just, give me that thing, give me that thing.
So you had a very successful day.
I had a very good day. Now, yesterday sucked.
But
everybody I talked to yesterday just threw me out.
But that happens. Some good days, some bad days, but it evens out.
Well, I'll tell you. I was told something a long time ago by a veteran salesman. And he told me that selling is like walking a dog. It takes a long time, and everybody's got a pet knows this. It takes a long time before you realize it's not your walk, it's the dog's walk. So if the dog wants to stop and sniff something, maybe mark a little territory here and mark a little territory, you got to let the dog do it, and eventually the dog's going to do what it came to do, and it's going to come back. If you start tugging on it and pulling on it and telling it what to do, it doesn't make anything any faster or easier. So selling is the same way.
Same way.
When you get in there, you let the prospect, customer, client, whatever you want to call them, mark, target, okay? You let them do what they want to do and just kind of lead them down the street so they don't step out in traffic. And when they're ready to do what they're going to do, you've already gained the information, knowledge, and you go ahead and close them, you pounce on them.
So in sales, it's more listening than doing a lot of talking then?
It is a great mix of both.
Okay.
It is a great, oh, there goes my timer, so we'll just keep going.
You have to know the magic between the two. Because you don't want to buy it back. Okay. Let's talk about that.
What you need to do is, you need to, in order to be a closing mofo, you need to plant enough seeds in their head and then ask a question and then know the answer that's coming ahead of time. And then when they answer it, don't pounce on them just because they answered one question, because you don't know if that's the only question. You want to ask another one or another two. Okay, my friend Mike Swedenberg that was on last week, he said it much more eloquently. He said verify and project and all these other things. I don't know that stuff. All I know is when I hear them coming and I think I can get their money, I want to make sure that once they hand me that money, it's mine, because I don't like to give it back. And let's always remember that there's a 72-hour law that anybody can cancel anything. Okay, and there nothing sucks worse than somebody calling you up saying I changed my mind. So the real art of selling: ask the right questions, get the right answers, and then summarize everything again and get the customer, who's now a customer, to commit to the fact that they gave you their money, you gave them your product or service, and you're going to go ahead with it just like that. You don't want to leave and say, well, nothing I hate worse than people saying you have 30-day money-back guarantee. Okay, you can buy a bed with a 120-day guarantee. So I can buy 3 beds a year and get a new bed every couple of months, not pay anything. And that's not how a salesman makes money. Salesperson's got to get that money in there. Hey, when I see that customer pick up that pen, I've already spent that money. And I'll tell you something. I walk with my wife. You see me walk in the mall with my wife, and everybody says you guys are so much in love. You're always holding her hand. If I let go of her hand, she goes shopping. So I got to make it doesn't matter where, but I got to make sure that money's already in my pocket because I know it's going to get used, spent, whatever. Okay, so again, practice makes permanent. So you need to practice a whole lot of things and bring them all together when it's time to bring them together. And we are taking a break, I guess, right now.
Oh, that's right, I'm sad and blue, because I can do the boogaloo. I'm lost, can't do my thing, and that's why I sing. Give me that ding. Give me that, give me that, give me that, give me that ding, give me that, give me that, give me that ding, give me that, give me that, give me that.
Look at this glass.
I know. Spots.
The problem is your water.
Hey, Culligan man.
A Culligan whole house water conditioning system gets rid of sediment and impurities, so everything is spotless. The only water that comes with the Culligan man.
You're on, kid.
All right, Culligan. Listen, folks, here's that number for Culligan, 561-966-9333. Again, once more, 561-966-9333. And by the way, folks, they have some great jobs open. They have some great openings.
And they're veteran friendly, and they are looking. And they train, and they have benefits. And I'll tell you, everything you want to know about Culligan, you can find by going on the Sales Mojo show website or on closingmofo.com. Click on the Culligan tab. You can apply for a job there. You can find out all their products. You can find out about the company. But you just got to drink. I'll tell you what, hurricane season came, and there were lines at Culligan because you want good, clean water, and it didn't go to waste. Not at my house, not at my office.
Of course.
Okay, everybody in my office, we got a fridge full of everybody's stuff. I've got all these people working in there, and they all go for my water, which is okay. I buy enough for everybody to have. The what we want to talk about tonight, the key topic, is building a pipeline. Again, we've talked about getting up, getting out, and not knowing where you're going during the day. In fact, I want to go off the record for a minute. Oh no, I talk for 3 minutes first, then we do the gag. Okay, good. So let's take water. I use Culligan water, of course. Everybody's stocked water in their fridge, like I do at the office, right? Unless you have a plan, and when it gets down to 5 bottles or 4 bottles, or you're going to go out to the garage, get another case, and put it in, it won't be long for you open up the refrigerator door and you are out of water. Now, that's just human nature, and that's the way it works. I got to tell you a story how it relates to pipeline. I have a friend who came up to me, been a salesman in insurance 40-something years, life insurance. And he came up to me and asked me if I had any part-time work. And I said, I cannot believe this is a 6-figure guy, strong closer, great business. And I said, what are you talking about? He said, well, I sold insurance for all those years. All my clients were older than me, and now they're all dead. And I'm not getting any referrals back in. So I went from $150,000 a year to $62,000 a year to $30,000 a year. And I don't have a pipeline because I quit selling. All I did was farm my existing prospects, my existing customers. They'd throw me a new bone every once in a while. They pay their premiums. I took my commission. I played golf. I played tennis. I mean, I had a great 20 years, and all of a sudden, one day I woke up, everything was gone. And you know what? That's the way it is. If you don't go out every day and look for new business, then you're not going to have some business when you wake up one day. And what's the best way to find new business? The best way to find new business is ask your existing business. Hey, Russ, how do you like that water you bought? Okay, you're happy with it? You got anybody else you can tell me that maybe you can refer and I can tell them that you sent me? And how hard is that to do? And with that in mind, I'm going to ask my radio and TV audience right now, and I'm going to say, if you have a Facebook list or a Twitter or Instagram or any of this other new stuff that I don't have, but we do have Facebook for the show coming. I'm just waiting to figure out how to use it. But if you have all this stuff, please tell people to tune in. Tell them to come on at 7 p.m. on Wednesdays, WNN 1470. And Russell will give the phone number in a minute. You can go on the website. You can watch the replay. You can go on YouTube and watch the replay. We'd really like to build an audience that not only likes to hear what we say, but we want to help people make money. And the object of this show, as it grows, is to get more and more employers that are going to list jobs to help you guys. I guess I could say y'all guys out there, because I live in the South now, right? I was in the South Bronx. I couldn't say that. But we want to help people not only get better at their careers and making a living, but we want to help people find careers. And we are especially pushing for veteran jobs. And also, I mean, if you listen to Trump, and by the way, President Trump, you are welcome to call into my show anytime. I keep inviting you. But if you listen, all these jobs leaving the country, all these people can't find something to do. Well, the natural progression to make a living, if you have a good personality and a good attitude, is sales. And there are companies out there like Culligan, like Presidential Auto. They sell high-end cars, Porsches, Bentleys, Rolls-Royce, but they also got Buicks and Jeeps, and they're looking for people. All you need to be an honest, because honesty is key in sales. You need to be exuberant, gregarious, and you need to just, get out there and do your thing, and you make a good living. So Presidential is always looking for good people. That's another one. And they'll be on the website this week. Gold's Gym is looking for people. Okay, all they want is somebody that's interested in health, and you don't have to be in terrific shape. I mean, hell, they'd probably hire me. I'd have to suck it in all day, but they're looking for people that care about other people and care about the company and want to give 100%, and you make a good living. So, in closing on this point, if you've got Facebook, if you've got friends, if you've got a telephone, tell them. Tell them Russ is on the air at 7 o'clock every Wednesday night, because they want to see Russ.
Well, they can always recommend and promote the show, so I think that's important. Because when you find something that's on sale, when you find a good restaurant, a theater, a movie, you always recommend and promote. So we ask you to recommend and promote us. By the way, Presidential is looking for some salesmen. So guys,
they're looking for one Cracker Jack sales guy now, but they're always looking to fill their pipeline. All
right, well, the number there is 561-266-0009. Again, that's 561-266-0009. And you can go over there and sell a few Bentleys.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, I'd take a blue one.
That's a nice hit.
Yeah, selling a Bentley wouldn't hurt. Okay, so we move on.
Okay, so the lines here are open, so anyone who wants to call, you have a comment, a question, or a concern, give us a call at 888-565-1470. That's 888-565-1470.
What time is the show over?
It's over at 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. So concerns can call in at 8:02. Comments, questions, and we'll take them anytime.
You don't want to hear that then?
Well, I don't know if we have enough time to address it. I don't want to shortchange him, right? Because everybody only gets about 30 seconds. And it's funny. Russ and I sit here and we laugh, okay, because really selling is fun. And sometimes it's serious. I mean, yesterday, man, I was dragging in the dirt, hot, tired. My suit was sticking to me. Everybody was saying no. And I either had to blame myself or just chalk it up to one of those days that don't work. And then today, with a new attitude, I went out, and everything worked great.
Yeah, you had a bang-up day. I mean, that was a good contract.
Yeah, I've done well.
We have Eric from Brandon on the phone.
Okay, Eric, he's on the air. Eric, you're on the air.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
Fine, sir. Go right ahead.
Hey, Ira. Just wanted to talk about 2 points that you always say are pivotal for a salesperson. The first thing is making a plan, and also that salespeople are road warriors, and you can't get weary from the road. Give you an example. Today, I had a plan. About 9 o'clock this morning, the transmission in my truck goes out. So all bets are off. Of course, plans have changed. So now I'm in a rental car at noon. So I continued to push forward and make 3 or 4 sales and make something out of nothing. So that's part of making a plan and being a road warrior and not let things get you down.
So you had a good day.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
All things considered, yeah.
Uh-huh.
So that so this brings up an important thing. If all you have is Plan A, okay, and you remember the guy with the vasectomy, and you had to go there and put a bag of ice on him, and Plan A blows up, you better always have a Plan B. If Plan B is a zip code that you meant to work, then that's a plan. If Plan B is going to people that you could never close, so why not? That's a plan. But a plan is not standing on the side of the road looking up at the sky saying, what do I do? So that's great. And that's point number 1. What was point number 2?
So don't let the road beat you down. You're a road warrior. You're a salesperson. That's what you do. You're expected to do that, and that's what you signed up to do. So, don't let the road get you down. Just keep on selling and moving on.
Well, yeah, because your mortgage broker's not going to really care what happened to your car or your computer. I appreciate you calling in. I'm going to expand on that a little bit. Not everybody's on the road. There are people who are behind computers or standing in retail, and I got a retail story for the second half of the show. The road is a term that means you just get up and go to work. I don't care if you work in your underwear, sitting at a computer all day. That's still the road. And if something's on TV that you really want to watch, it takes an awful lot of conditioning to record that sucker and work. Because you can sit there and watch a movie, you're not going to make any money.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for calling in.
All right, guys, have a great night.
Appreciate it. Thank you. I'm glad you're enjoying it. Tell everybody you know, and get them on here next week. All righty?
Will do.
Thank you much.
Right.
So,
He had a good day. He had a good day.
Yeah, well, that's, you know what it is? It's attitude.
Yeah, it's attitude.
It's all attitude.
Yeah.
And people think that salespeople are cocky and are we at a break?
At a break. Break time.
Yeah, go ahead. Break in.
Break
Hey
in.
guys,
break
nice
in.
to see you. I'm here. I sell office equipment. My name's Ira. I wonder who I would talk to.
Them a spend Betty Menzies. Them a Betty man a smoke tree.
No. I mean the purchasing person, the one I could talk to that buys the office equipment.
Them a spend Betty Menzies. Them a Betty man a smoke.
Yeah. Does anybody understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
So back.
And that's all part of the attitude. The attitude that we give other people is all based on what they give us. Okay, and that goes back to planning also. And every week we have a different sales call with somebody that just has no clue, and a salesperson that walked in just the wrong place, wrong time, wrong life, wrong everything. Who could possibly sell to that guy? That guy, you'd be sitting there playing Bob Marley and rolling a doobie. That would be about the end of the day, right? That just doesn't work. But, salespeople are regularly called cocky and arrogant and pushy. But we feel that we're exuberant and gregarious and self-assured. And we have to adjust our attitude to the people we're selling to. A lot of people, me, I'm a very, you probably didn't know this, but I'm a real aggressive sales guy. Okay, I walk in. If you gave me this much time, I'd have to loan you back an article of clothing to go home in. Because anybody gives you this much time, they're going to buy from you. You just need to find out what it is. And part of the game is getting the other person to tell you. Now, I have some people I just plain scare. And I understand that. Okay, I have people that look at me and say, man, this guy's going to steamroll through. And I've had people tell me, you're a steamroller. And I say, well, you know what? I'm confident because I've done this so many times before, and I know you're going to buy it.
I hear.
And again, I've had people that I wouldn't leave, and they stood up and walked out because I wouldn't. Okay, and that's good, bad, or indifferent. That's me. That's the way I do things. But we want to adjust our attitude to the people we're talking to. Okay, you kind of start off with a question, and you can feel people out. All right. One important thing is, are you talking to the buyer? Now, one thing that I always do, I ask a question. Are you the person that's authorized to sign this, or should we bring somebody else in? And they say, well, I don't know anything about it yet. I said, well, once you hear it, you're going to want it. Question is, can you do it? I don't see anything wrong with that because it's my time and I'm a commission guy. The person sitting across the desk, the buyer, is a salaried guy, and he'll spend all day, especially if the chick with the nice rack comes in, right? Wouldn't you on a rainy day? But I don't want him taking my time because he's got nothing to do. I'm not there to just entertain him for the day. I'm there to make a living. So you can ask, is there anyone else we should have in the meeting? 2, 3 guys, 4 guys, you want to set up a conference, whatever you want to do, let's do it. But I don't really want to do this twice because I got a whole list of people to see, and then I need that extra time to come back and service you properly. All right, this is not a one-shot deal. We had a young lady on, Randy was her name, and she talked about going back and making sure everything's right and going back again, and going back is so important. And if you're spending all your time, doing shows for people, then you don't have the time to service them properly. And when you go back, and you have somebody that bought from you and they're happy, guess what they're going to do?
Refer.
Yeah, and buy again.
Yeah, right.
You're going to buy again. You walk in and say, hey, you bought this. How do you like it? Is it everything I said it would be? Terrific. Guess what? We got this now, goes with that, or on the other hand, or who can you tell me that I can go to? And I'll tell you one other thing on referrals. What works really well. Hey, Russ, you got this guy Joe you told me I could see. Do me a favor. Just pick up the phone and call him and tell him you're sending me. And if he says no, I won't take offense to it. Okay? Just call him up and say, hey, I got this great salesman in front of me. Well, you don't even have to say that, but, I take it. And second, this great guy here. We bought this product. I really think you ought to look at it. Can I send him over to you? And he might say, I'm real busy today. And you say, okay, well, I'll give him your number. And he can. And that's a warm lead. It's actually a hot lead if the guy says yes. He already has a recommendation. Somebody who bought the product or service, somebody that's happy. And I tell you, there are a lot of timid salespeople out there. Timid salespeople don't make money. Okay, you got to get out there and you've got to be self-assured. The worst that's going to happen is going to throw you out. And I can't even count the places I was thrown out of. But the ones I wasn't thrown out of are the ones I make my living with. So a real important point. Ask for referrals and then ask that person. I've had some people say, no, I don't like to send people to my friends. I said, well, who do you hate? Who's a guy that you can't stand? And I'll walk right into his waiting room and say, Russ sent me. And he'll say, Russ sent you? What the hell, Russ? But you know what? It'll just, even if he doesn't buy, it'll just dig at him. Okay? And the guy you're doing that for, you can go back to him and tell him what happened. And the key to selling is getting face-to-face with people. Anything you can do to get face-to-face is the way it needs to be.
And always be closing.
Yeah, always closing.
Always be
always,
closing.
always.
Don't be afraid to ask for the sale.
Well, asking for the sale is your whole job.
Okay.
Right?
Got you.
And features, benefits.
Because a lot of people don't ask for the sale these days. You know that.
Most of them.
They're customer service representatives.
Well, and you know what? I've actually started training my customer service people to start closing little things. Okay, it may not be products, it may not be even a service, it may be branding of the product. Okay, like we do with Culligan. We drink Culligan, we have it all over the set. Okay, because people need to know. You say it once, they forget. You say it twice, they forget. You say it 3 times, they get bored. Right? So we try and avoid saying things too many times. But I am going to tell you a story. I was walking home about 2:30 in the morning from the local pub. And a cop pulled up on the street, and he got out, and he said, hey, where you going? And I said, I'm going to a lecture. He said, a lecture? Lecture on what? I said, on drinking and flirting with waitresses and staying out till 3 o'clock in the morning. He said, where the hell are you going to get a lecture like that? I said, that would be my wife. Okay?
She's waiting to give you a lecture.
And that brings up Aaron Cohn, okay, the attorney. If I got to have somebody standing by my side, Aaron Cohn, 665-8020, tremendous attorney, vehicle, traffic, anything criminal or unsavory. Don't be afraid. Give Aaron a call. He is dynamite. And a few blocks away from him is Presidential Auto, and Presidential is a fantastic place. I trust them emphatically. They repair all of the vehicles in my family. And you got their number there?
Yep.
You go ahead. I can't see that. I haven't got my glasses.
It's 561-266-0009. That's Presidential Auto. That's on Federal Highway right here in Boca Raton, and that's 561-266-0009. And folks, you can always call in. Have any questions? No concerns, huh?
Well, a little late for concerns. We'll take a short concern.
Sure, you have a short concern. Maybe they read your book, Dinosaur Droppings. They say that is not politically savvy, if you will. Correct.
I'll tell you.
But call us, 888-565-1470.
And go ahead and dial through this short break, and we are ready to take your call on the other side.
We need a new water softener.
I'm on it.
Dude, don't do it yourself.
Hey, Culligan man.
With the Culligan Whole House Water Softening System, you get better water and expert service. The only water that comes with the Culligan man.
All right, now, let's see. Phone at 1%.
We on.
Okay, we're on. My phone is dying. Who cares?
1470.
All right, we got about 30 seconds before we get into our discussion on distraction. Okay, we really need to up our game when things throw us off the tracks, and it happens all the time. And I have got a really good story. It's an eye-closing story, and everybody's going to want to close their eyes for this one.
No, except if you're driving.
Except if you're driving.
Come on, please.
But we have a...
You'll need that attorney if you close your eyes.
Yeah, you'll need Aaron. There's no question you'll need Aaron if you screw this one up. But I got to be real careful with this story because it's iffy. So, Alan, go ahead and roll my ladies.
Ladies' night, stepping out ladies' night. Yes, it's ladies' night, and the feeling's right. Oh, yes, it's
Doing the gang, baby. I'm sure my...
Oh, that's super. No question.
Let me tell you a story about distraction. Of course, ladies are the biggest distraction for us guys. And we're going to make it a story about a salesman, a guy that sells big screen TVs in one of those giant big box stores. And I don't have any big box store paying me advertising money, so I'm not going to use anybody's name. I'm just going to say it's a big ass store. Okay? So the salesman's standing in the TV department, hanging out, waiting to make his commission. And a guy walks in, and he is big as a refrigerator. And he walks up, and he says, I need a big screen TV, and I got a budget, and he says the amount. And the salesman says, okay, no problem. And the guy moves over, and standing behind him is this cute little petite 5'3" supermodel chick wearing an almost see-through shirt, braless. I mean, what the hell? You want to talk about distraction? There it is. All right? So, now you have 4 things to focus on. You got him, and she's got 3. Right? So now you're focused like hell, but you got to think about selling because you're there to make a living. So what do? If I'm selling TVs, I'm going to take them first to the absolute most expensive set I have, and I'm going to tell them this is the top of the line. The Ferrari of TVs, got all the modern technology. It's already months, if not years, ahead of everything else because you know how fast technology moves. And this one's $6,000. It is absolutely the best. And they go, whoa. Okay, and of course, that's a shocker. You want to shock them first. So now I want to take them from the absolute best all the way down to the absolute worst. This is the one you get for free when you buy a rocking chair at a furniture store. Okay, this thing's just a piece of junk. But it's $800 or $700, and you say, okay. Then we have this is the other end, and this is $700. Of course, you can see the difference in the quality. You can hear the difference in the sound. You can see the difference in the picture. Now, what I didn't mention, which is very important, is that the most expensive TV is directly under the air conditioning vent. So you want to get that chick back to that air conditioning vent as quickly as possible. That way everybody has a perfect view, right? So you take them from the cheapest one, and now they see the total difference, and you take them just above the middle. Why take them to the middle? Take them up to the point where they get a good value and what they want, but you make a little more money. Because you're totally in control here. They saw both ends of the spectrum. You know they're going to wind up somewhere in the middle. So I take them above the middle to a set that does everything they want to do, which is above their budget. I don't want to be at their budget. I want to be more than their budget. I don't want them to think that they can get what they came in for what they're willing to pay. Because I'm selling. I'm not order taking. Okay? And for what they want to pay, they may not get what they need. And the reason for that is you say, this is in the middle. It's a lot less than $6,000. It's $4,000. And it's got some of the features and benefits, but it doesn't have. And then you list all the features and benefits of the most expensive one. Those are the things you don't get. But you get a nice TV and it's within your budget. But you know what? Let's go back over to the more expensive one so I can show you something. And you walk them back up the line, the biggest one, and you position that little girl right under the air conditioning. That's very important. It's critical. Okay, with what she's wearing, air conditioning is critical. And you explain to them that this more expensive set, and this is how I would sell it, this more expensive set is already light years ahead of that other one. And as quickly as technology moves, you will keep up more quickly with technology. You'll be able to use the TV stations that plug in the side, and you'll be able to use smart TV and smarter TV and all these other things. Now, I realize it's more money, but let's remember that something like this is a large purchase that you're only going to make every 5, 6, 7, 8 years, kind of like a mattress or car. So, you know, before you make your decision, and I don't care what you decide, I just want you to get what you're happy with. And that's true. I just want to make a sale. But I'd like to direct them to what I want them to buy. And what I want them to buy is the more expensive one. A, it's better for them. And B, if I can get that little girl in a see-through shirt to jump up and down yelling, I want the big one, we all win. Okay.
You win big time.
Oh, yeah, we win big time. But, you know, so what we're talking about is we're talking about people come in with a fixed price point. How'd they get to that price point? They're sitting in the car in front of the store, and he says to her, you know what? I don't want to spend more than $4,000. She says, okay, honey. And they go in at $4,000 what they want to spend. Now, if you had a decent one for $1,600, they'd buy that. So why show them that? All right? Show them the bottom, show them the top, show them above the middle. And if they decide, no, I want this one, well, you made a sale, but it's not what you wanted. All right? But price point is only made for two reasons. It's all the money they got, or it's all the money they want to spend. And I've learned in 50-umpteen years of selling this stuff that all the money they got is an arbitrary figure. Because if they want something bad enough, they'll spend more money. She got a Louis Vuitton purse hanging over her shoulder, and I know from experience they're $2,000. So it's not like it's a money issue. It's an amount of money that they put on it. It's not like you walk into McDonald's and you got $3. You know you're eating the dollar menu. Okay, this is different. They came in, and you don't know if they're going to leave there and go shop somewhere else. All right, so what you want to do is you want to get them to an either-or close. It's real important on a big-ticket item that they have two choices, not 3, not 4, not 5. Doesn't matter how long it takes you to narrow them down to 2. And you want to have a tremendous disparity in the 2. You want to have what they want and something that's a whole lot more money. And your job is to take the more money. And I'll tell you what, everybody's afraid to do that. It's amazing how many people in my career I've seen that don't want to do that. But the more you do that, the more successful you are. Because you only need 1 out of 10 to say yes. The other 9 are going to buy anyway. Or maybe 3 of them are going to be backs. Yeah, let us think about it. We'll be back. You know how often they come back?
Never.
They're never coming back. Okay, so the real selling comes in when you got her standing under the air conditioning, because that, my man, is distraction. I don't care who you are. I will warn you, do not put $1 in her waistband. Okay, that will blow the sale right away. Most of the guys, he's a big dude. Okay, but when you bring things into the picture, and when you talk about technology, now I'm not in a technology sale, and I don't know if I'd want to be at this stage. But if you're in a technology sale, you can tell them, you know what, I've seen reel-to-reel, 8-track, cassette, MP3, digital, and I don't even know what the hell they do now. I've seen all these things just in my lifetime. You're going to spend $3,000 or $4,000 on something that by the time you get it home is going to be replaced. You're better off going with something that is more futuristic, that's looking more towards what you want. And besides that, you've got reliability, and you've got an insurance plan, and then you sell the insurance plan. You're going to have this thing for 8 years. I tell you, every time I go buy something, the girl or the guy at the cash register says, would you like to buy the insurance for this for $169? It replaces it for 3 years. Hell no, I don't want to buy it. What is that? But if somebody told me, you know what, these are great, but they have a history of this going wrong or that going wrong, or potentially this could happen, and it really would benefit you to have the insurance, and based on the 8 years you're going to have it, it's $63 a year. I'd have to be an idiot not to take it.
Right, it's a good value.
Okay, yeah, it's all value sales at that point.
Value.
So it's
so that's what you sell. You sell value. You don't sell price.
Well, no, price means nothing.
Okay.
Price means nothing.
But a lot of people negotiate on price. How do you get around that?
Well, you know, if you sell by, I'll give you an example.
Okay.
So let's say you want to buy this pen, and I tell you it's $1, and you say, let me think about it, I'll be back. And you go down the block, and the guy's got the same pen, and you say, hey, they told me I can get it for $1, so I'll give it to you for 98 cents. You just lost on price.
You did, yeah.
Okay? But if you tell me, well, what it costs doesn't matter, it's got a rubber grip so it won't slip out of my hand, and when you click it, it goes way back in so it won't leak in your pocket. Okay, and it's got a real nice feel, and it writes here, write with it, try it. Okay, in fact, why don't you sign the bottom of this thing right here, and I'll get you a case.
I heard that. I heard that.
So money is an objection that you have to answer.
It's not the issue.
But it's not the issue.
Right.
Now, money means nothing. I watch people, you know, a hobby. I watch people buy stuff, and I am mesmerized that they have no clue what they're doing with their money. And some people will say, yeah, I know it's junk, but it's cheap. All right, and it's human nature.
That's not a good buy, though.
No, it's human nature.
So, Ira, you're a walking psychologist, psychiatrist, as well as you're summing it up, that you're selling the need that the client has to have.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Behind the glass, that is actually, it's not a voice from above, it's a voice from behind. That's Alan. My man.
I'm just learning from you, so I'm learning from the master.
There we go. He's doing a great job.
Thank
you.
A great
job. And I'll tell you, we're
got a commercial.
Yeah. No, actually, we're pretty much done commercialing.
You are?
Yeah, we're trying to keep this show. Like I said, I've got my 3 or 4 sponsors. They're all very generous. We're trying to build their brands. Presidential, great place to go buy a car. Aaron Cohn, great place to go if you buy a Ferrari and test it out too fast. Okay, of course, Culligan Water. You can't beat their water. And Gold's Gym when you need something to do until you get your license back. Okay, so that's pretty much what we got. I am looking for a coffee shop. I'm talking with several of them. I want a place with internet. I want a place that welcomes salespeople on a rainy day so you can go in and sit down and do your prospecting and make phone calls. Not a place that says, please don't come in between 11 and 1, you know. So if I could find one of them, we're going to put them on. But for the most part, again, our show is being funded with our career page. We have companies that are coming on board. We have sales team hired. We're actually cranking it up today. And we're going to try and help people, veterans, salespeople, and non-salespeople find jobs. And the salespeople and the non-salespeople, we're going to try and help train them, at least teach them some of the things that, you know, you've been doing this forever. You've done all these things, but you forget, right? And, you know, we've heard no so many times that we're now, I actually had somebody say no to me, and I looked at him, I said, I've heard no today 30 times. Say yes. Be something different. Be different and say yes.
Yeah, there's a book I called Go for No. You might want to get that from Amazon. Go for No.
But first you want to get Dinosaur Droppings, because I wrote that one.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how much commission you're getting from that guy, but that ain't working.
Okay, all right. But Culligan is looking for some salesmen. You know?
Yeah, Culligan's looking for salespeople.
And area sales.
And besides that, we're going to mention in Atlanta and in Florida, in all areas. I mean, you can make $40,000 to $130,000 on Living Proof. I wrote the program for them.
Serious money.
I had an awful lot of salespeople, many who have called in here that started their careers with me at Culligan and moved on to do bigger, better, different, whatever things. In today's world, if you're looking for something that is worthwhile, water, you hear it in the news every day, it's not going away. Health, you hear it in the news every day, it's not going away. A nice car with reliable people to fix it, a presidential, you need somebody you can trust. When one of my kids drives their car into presidential, I know 2 things are going to happen. I know that they're not going to let my kids leave until that car is safe and it's fixed. The other thing I know is I'm going to get the bill. Those are the two things
that's
I'm
a
sure
guarantee.
of.
That's a
But you know
guarantee.
what? I'm happy to pay it because I know the kids are okay. I know the cars are okay. I know my wife is okay. And again, everybody that sponsors this show, Culligan Presidential, Gold's Gym, and now Aaron Cohn, the attorney, marvelous attorney. You're going to see everybody on our website. It'll be added tomorrow, so it's on
And
by the weekend.
The website is
either closingmofo.com or the salesmojoshow.com.
And they can see the reruns.
They can see all of our shows. In fact, I watched them all, and the first show I thought was pretty lousy. Now I think we're actually pretty comfortable, and we're doing what we need to do, which is bring to the table things that everybody needs to know.
You're giving the necessities of life in your program.
Absolutely.
See there?
Great. Excellent.
Look at that.
So now I'm going to be listening every week. This is the first time I'm hearing the show.
Oh, is that right?
That's
Yes.
right.
So have you been in sales?
No.
Oh, okay.
All right, but you know what?
But I'm ready to
never know.
go because Ira just taught me a lot in the hour.
That's true. That's true. You know how to do the close then.
In fact, you know what I'm going to mention real quick? Mike Swedenberg, he was on last week. He wrote a book called The Road Warrior. You can get it on Amazon. You'll be able to get it on our website this weekend. Excellent book. Again, he's a classically trained salesperson, so it's a lot of the classics. And then you can go to my book, which is the total other end of the spectrum, so you get both sides. And Russell and I are involved in this product called Soul, which is, I'm going to let him talk about for 30 seconds. Not only is it good for you, you can make money with it.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so go ahead and give him 30 seconds.
Well,
of that.
Soul is a product that when you take it, it's a 2-ounce package. We had black cumin, black raspberry, Chardonnay, grapeseed with D-ribose. D-ribose is a 5-carbon sugar. But anyway, when you take it, and people who have pain, high blood pressure, diabetes, and they have about 6 FDA patents on the product, you owe yourself to get all natural product, no preservatives, additives, GMOs. You got to get this product. But you can go to your website and order it.
You can get it on the closingmofo.com website. But I got to say something, ladies and gentlemen, salespeople, sales team, you just heard an elevator pitch. I didn't tell him we were going to do this. This is a man that knows his product. And I'll tell you what, I am the most skeptical guy in the world. Anything that a bagel and cream cheese and a cup of coffee can't fix, I'm not interested in. But I started using this Soul, and I will tell you the antioxidants that are in it, and that's the only thing I know that's in it. When I work out every day and I take that, I recover faster, I feel good. It helps my digestion, my blood pressure is great. You know, I attribute a lot of it to this, and it's cheap. It's like $1 or $2 a day to take it. I take it twice a day. I know some people using it 6 times a day.
Yes, I'm 10.
All right, but
it's a good product. It really is.
It's something you ought to look at. Investigate it on the website. You can go to products we endorse.
Okay.
And you can click on it. You're also going to find Mike Swedenberg's book. You're going to find Aaron Cohn. You're going to find Gold's Gym. You're going to find Presidential, of course. Everywhere you look, you're going to find Culligan. Even watching from behind me, I got the Culligan man now.
Okay, great. Well, social media marketing is a key for people to make additional income. A lot of people looking for JOBs. JOBs are disappearing. Folks, you got to talk about a different avenue, if you will, talking in terms of money. So social media marketing with Soul, you can do it and make a lot of money.
Yeah, so here you've got, let's take this right down to its base.
Right.
Here you've got people you talk to, they trust you, you're using a product that you take it. I wouldn't advise you to sell this stuff until you've used it. Okay? We got 2 minutes? Thank you. But, once you use it, you're going to swear by it, and once you swear by it, you're going to tell other people about it. And it's just like every other sale. When I sell you something and you sign the paper before I walk out of there and say, you know what? You probably also want to look at this. If you go to something really successful like Amazon, where Dinosaur Droppings and Sparky 1, Sparky 2, and the Recovering from Heart Surgery book can all be found. When you go to Amazon and you buy something, it says people who have purchased this have also purchased this, and they immediately hit you with an ancillary sale.
Right.
Okay, so I want everybody to remember, be a closing mofo, close more than one deal. Once you have a buyer and he's signed and he thinks he's done and his guard is down, that is the time to suggest something else. And if he liked what you gave him and he trusts you and he believes you, he'll try the something else. And that increases your income exponentially. And that's what we're talking about here, is income.
or they can go to the website, watch the show again, tell their friends about the show, watch it, buy the products, look at what we have. Especially, I love this Culligan water. Really.
Yeah, you can, and here we go. Culligan water can be in your house, your office, your car, anywhere you need it. They have filtration. They got everything you could imagine.
And a big job for you if you're looking for employment. 561-966-9333.
And that is the Sales
that's it.
Mojo show.
It's been wonderful. Thank you very much for listening.
I think we're coming to it. Do I still have a minute, or I got 3 different clocks?
No, you're wrapping up now.
I am wrapping up. Well, I want to thank Russell, Dr. Russ, for being here. He is the epitome of a great salesperson. I want to thank everybody who called in. I welcome you to call in again. Mr. Trump, we will interrupt the show for you should you call in. I'll send you another email and give you the number in case you didn't hear it. I know you got a phone on your plane.
10 seconds.
10 seconds.
That's it.
All right, well, guess what?
See you next week.
See you next week.
Same
Go
place,
close
same
that deal.
time.
Ask for that order.
1470 a.m. Right here in Boca Raton.
Look at this glass.
I know. Spots.
The problem is your water.
Hey, Culligan man.
A Culligan whole house water conditioning system gets rid of sediment and impurities, so everything is spotless. The only water that comes with the Culligan man.
Hey, business owners, are you frustrated because you can't find great salespeople? You know, the kind that close the deal and bring in the cheddar? Advertise your open sales positions on the salesmojoshow.com. You get live mentions and web career finder presence Wednesdays from 7 to 8 p.m. on WNN 1470 AM. The Sales Mojo Show will have therapy sessions for salespeople, helping them find, sell, and close prospects, as well as offering a simple way to find a great sales career job. Your job. Hit up the employee line at thesalesmojoshow.com and tune in Wednesdays 7 to 8 p.m. on WNN 1470 AM and close the deal.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were